So, Austin,
What?
about that only win of the season, I think you said?
The- Really, man? We gotta start with that?
I mean,
Really? Okay, look, hold on. Look, I'm not gonna overreact about it, okay? I'm not. But my season's over, and I'm going to be the worst team in the entire league, okay? Look, I don't need this right now, okay, man?
All right, that sounds like an overreaction. Let's get right into it. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Log Podcast covering the League of Ordinary Gentlemen. I am your host, Jay, back again for episode 3. And with me, as always, my two co-hosts in the back. Let's hope they don't murder each other only 3 episodes in. Boys, how we doing?
I'm good.
Just a sigh, huh? That's all we get?
Yeah, that's all we get.
Well, I think I know why that's going to happen, so we'll get to that later on. But first things first, I just want to thank everyone again for listening. Just a little quick PSA again. We are doing this virtually, so if there's some audio issues, we apologize. We're working on it. We think we have a solution for Mr. Snake's audio from the last podcast into this one, so hopefully it sounds better. Let us know in the comments, either YouTube or on Discord. But today we have our first recap episode of the year, the whole point of why we're doing this. We got a good rundown of all of our week 1 games. We have a little conversation about that game of the week, Mr. Snake. Couple trades, couple waiver wire stuff, and our second interview of the year. I am super excited. Gentlemen, how are we doing for episode 3? Are you excited for this to go?
Heck yeah, absolutely. What happened? That
Look.
was your one win, man.
Look, man, okay, things might not be as grandeur as I once proclaimed them to be, all right? I've realized that. However, there's reasons for this loss, and I feel like I might have addressed something, so I might get a win down the road, all right? Look, all right, I'm trying.
Well, you're giving off spoilers here. We'll get there. That's the game of the week. We got to wait, all right? Patience, young one. But on that note, let's get right into our week 1 games and our recap for week 1. First game up on the list, we got Little Melka versus High Class Dumpster Divers. Little Melka got the win. Any interesting statements, boys, on that one?
Highest score of the week.
He was my
One at
Super
a
Bowl
time.
pick, and hold on, let me go. All right, he was my Super Bowl pick, and this is my bragging right. He's gonna win the whole thing. I'm telling you, I called it 2 miles away, and it's here.
I did have terrible coaching though. I only got 224. I could have gotten like 280. So I suck, obviously.
I think
Clearly.
224 is still a good score, though, no? I mean, looking at the rest of the scores for the week.
It is the highest score of the week, but we're not going to talk about that.
Alrighty, next up we got Diamond Dogs versus T-Rex Bitches in our closest game of the week. We had a 205.86 for Diamond Dogs versus a 205.56 for T-Rex Bitches. One hell of a close game, boys.
This game could have been changed by half a tackle or one assisted tackle or 5 yards. It's insane how close that game was. Diamond Dogs barely beat him out, even with CMC being in his starting lineup.
CMC was out for context.
Next up, we had Slap Yo Mama versus the new guy in the block, Big Boy Club. Big Boy Club getting the win, guys.
Got his first W as the rookie, and he got it against the 2-time reigning champ. So that's got to feel real good.
Yeah, but a part of me is really scared about what Slapping Mama is going to do to your mama after this game, because he is going to be angry. Let me tell you, he is going to see, oh shit, I put up 180. that is nowhere near my capabilities. So he's gonna come up here. He's gonna do some things to your mama like slap her, and it's not gonna be nice. Okay, let me tell you,
Honestly,
no one's ready for it.
you were all on the hype train about him slapping everybody's mom. So I mean,
He is going to.
not off to a great start right now. But moving on. Next up, we got Barn Burners versus Deflated Balls. Barn Burners getting the win.
Barn Burners could have very easily not gotten the win had Deflated seen that his quarterback was not playing and he was able to, if he would have been able to pick up a quarterback and start a quarterback in time, he only needed 17 points. He could have very easily won that game.
Let me tell you, if Russ started, he would have lost anyway because Russell Wilson missed a danger witch. Terrible, sucks. So
It's dangerous.
doesn't matter.
Alrighty. Next up, we got Concussors versus End Zone Gods. In our lowest scoring game of the week, End Zone Gods getting the win. Besides the abysmal score, what you guys notice?
End Zone Gods, his team just underperformed. I think he'll for sure be able to bounce back. He's got good players. Concussors, on the other hand, this might be a sign for rough times to come this season.
I think Concussors is almost as depressed as me, myself, and I. All right. I think his team, like mine, is in kind of a rough spot, and we're going to be fighting for that 101, right? If he doesn't decide to trade his pick away again this year, and decide, yeah, I don't need no draft picks. He's going to pull a Rams and be fuck them picks, but I say don't do that, Concussors. All right, don't do that to yourself.
We're really getting that overreaction for week one here, aren't we?
Week
There
one
is- this is
overreactions,
all-
man.
This is all tame. This is all whelmed reaction. This is no over. I am not overwhelmed. I am quite whelmed. All right. This
Quite
is nowhere near
whelmed.
nowhere near overreacting.
Well, here, maybe I'll give you a chance to overreact. Next up, we have our game of the week. Pineapple versus Mr. Snake over here. Pineapple getting the win. Besides your depression. How do we feel about
Besides my depression, man, I have never been let down like this in my entire life. All right. I have lived a whole 25 years of life. All right. That's plenty of life to be let down at points, and this is the lowest of it. And let me tell you, I had some defensive players I was really excited about. I'm like, yeah, these guys, they're cool. Yeah, they're gonna do something. Let me tell you what they did. They did like nothing. All right, they decided they had an opportunity to defend my quarter that I was going to win, right? And what they do? They said, I'd rather go home and go to bed.
Yeah, it was a bad week for you, man. It was a real bad week for you. You
You're
guys
not gonna
got
give anything to him. Oh, come on. Let's do some trash talk in the house here. Come on.
Can I add that
You
Puka
gotta pick 'em
Nakua
apart.
decided to die? All right, Puka Nakua, he's like, yeah, my knee hurt. All right. I'm like, dude, I need you. And he said, nah, I'm gonna be out for like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks. I don't know, man. I'm tired. And I'm like, shit.
all I'm hearing is you owe me a quarter.
Bruh.
That's all I'm hearing is you owe me a quarter.
All I'm gonna say is I think that maybe having the coaching interview or the manager interview is maybe a little bit of a cheat code because we had Pineapple on as our first guest and he wins week one over
Even
Mr.
with a
Snake down
lack
there.
of confidence in his interview, he won.
I think he was just trying to play nice. Next up, we have our waiver wire and trades for this week, which thank God we have 2 trades already in our first recap episode. The first one we have is Diamond Dogs sending CMC, Hopkins, and a first round pick to Pineapple Express for, in return, Patrick Mahomes, Xavier Worthy, and Zach Moss. What's your guys' opinions on this one?
This is a really big trade, and this is a very interesting one. So, Diamond Dogs had Patrick Mahomes in like his first year of starting and traded him to Pineapple for almost nothing. Dogs deems it as the worst trade in the league that's ever happened, and now he gets to attempt his redemption arc with Patrick Mahomes again. Um, as far as the rest of it goes, it to me it seems like Pineapple is shifting his tune on the season. I think he is going to be playing for something this year. I know last week he said that he's probably not breaking out this year. I think he saw something in his team where he's like, "Yeah, I can probably compete this year right now."
So I think Pineapple can take this two ways here. I think he's either going to run with it now as is or try to flip CMC here. Um, I don't know if I like this trade for Pineapple. I'm not going to lie. Maybe he wasn't like too wary of the injury he currently has, CMC. But I feel like after knowing about that, I wouldn't want to really touch him right now. As far as Diamond Dog side of this, Patrick Mahomes, he's Patrick and Patty Cakes,
Don't
whatever,
let
you
your
know.
don't let your biases show. Come on.
He's gonna get you like 15 points a game, so congratulations on that one. Xavier Worthy, I feel like is probably the most underrated part about this trade. He could either be Kadarius Toney getting like maybe a long touchdown one game, or he could be like Tyreek Hill and being a dominant receiver. We don't know yet. So that piece to me is the most exciting part about this trade. Um, I love huge trades. This could work out if CMC comes back. This could work out extremely well for both of these guys. So it's
Agreed.
really fun to see.
All I'm gonna say as the completely unbiased moderator of this podcast and someone who's not involved in the league, I love Pineapple Express trying to kind of switch to a win now mode.
Yeah.
I don't like the oh, we're just gonna wait. We're gonna build our team for another year. I'm just like earlier when Mr. Snake mentioned the Rams. I'm a fuck them picks guy in my own league that I play in. It is. We're going for it now. Every year doesn't matter. Just falsehoods. We are gonna try to win. So I am all for it.
So what you're saying is you hate what Austin's done with his team the last 2 years. Got it.
Correct.
Thanks, bud. Thanks, bud. Really trying here. I mean, I am the worst team in the league per stats right now, so it's fine.
Okay, we're still early. Still early. You got time.
Yep.
We also had one more trade that came in a little bit less fireworks as our first one. Diamond Dog's involved again, so active on the trade block.
Oh yeah.
He receives a third round pick from Deflated Balls, and Deflated Balls gets Trevor Lawrence in return. What about this one, guys?
Yeah, the timing of this one couldn't have been worse. Diamond Dogs, Nick, you really had to send the man a quarterback the week that I'm playing him. Come on, you couldn't have given him one more week to play without a quarterback. The timing of it's bad.
I
For
think
you.
yeah, for you. All right,
Purely
you're
selfish
still
here.
good. You're still my Super Bowl pick. All right, quit crying in the corner over there. All right, man. Look, my thing about this trade is, I think maybe you could have got a second for Lawrence. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like he's worth a second to me. But why wouldn't Deflated just drop the Danger Witch already, right? He's not even gonna play this season, all right? He dropped Justin Fields, the other guy.
The
All
guy
right,
who's
he's
actually
got
playing football right now.
the guy that's actually playing football. Now he wants that bench warmer sitting on his bench.
I think this is good for Deflated. I think he definitely needed a quarterback. He got a quarterback. He didn't overpay for the quarterback. I just selfishly bad timing, man.
Fair enough. Fair
It-
enough.
It's a it's a it's a it's a good trade for both sides because Diamond Dogs need to get rid of that third QB.
To wrap up the rest of this segment, our waiver wire additions for this week. I'll let you guys just take it away since you're the ones that got all the stats. Boys, let it rip.
Yeah, so we talked about concussors and how his team performed very poorly, and I don't know how it's going to get better. Well, this is how it's going to get better. You're going to dump your entire team and just start over. He made 6 waiver transactions, including, but not limited to, Tyler Lockett, Alexander Matson, and Jamal Williams. He also got a couple DBs, a tight end. Um, yeah, he just is overhauling his team. He's trying to regain some of those playoff hopes with this.
I think personally I think concussors kind of during the draft realized, oh shit, I don't have a lot of picks. And week one came along and he saw exactly where his team was at and he needed to adjust and have a 180 real quick here. So he picked up 6 new guys.
Slappy Mama, he made the right choice. He dropped Deshaun Watson. He picked up Derek Carr. Toilet Snake looks to improve his defense. Took a shot at a different deep wide receiver. I think this is the second time you've had Shaheed.
Okay, look, I can't make up my mind. I need one more like a wide receiver slot or something because I can't decide who I want. I guess because I'm just gonna bounce back and forth. I also hate safeties because every single time I look at safeties from last year, I'm like, huh, maybe that guy's gonna be good, and then I start him and they put up like 3 points. So I'm just like, okay, well, whatever. So I have to pick up a new safety every freaking week.
Endzone God's working on that D. He dropped a Packer and picked up a different Packer. He picked up Alexander. Barn Burners added another running back. He picked up Zach Charbonnet. I decided that my linebackers weren't good enough, and so I picked up 2 new ones.
I don't know why he hated his linebackers so much, but he gave them one shot and they messed up, so he shot them, took them out, and said, I don't need them no more. Got 2 new guys.
It doesn't help when one of them had 10 points, the other one had a less than 10 points, so they needed to go. Big Boy Club taking a shot on a younger receiver. He dropped Mike Williams, picked up Alec Pierce. Diamond Dogs got a CMC backup after ditching CMC. Pineapple picked up Michael Penix. Apparently, he thinks that Kirk Cousins is going to play himself out of town on a $100+ million contract.
It's the Falcons. I would not be surprised if that happened. I'm not going to lie to you. My only qualm with this is Pineapple finally rid himself, after drafting Caleb Williams, of the dreaded 3 quarterback curse. They're always just taking up that bench slot that you're like, maybe I could pick up that guy, except I can't drop a quarterback because someone else is just going to come up and steal him from me. But he got rid of that curse, and just to wind back up with the curse 2 days later. Not even, like a day later.
All right. Nice job, gents, getting through all of them waiver moves. Quite a bit. Next up, we have our week 2 matchups. I'm going to run through the first 5. I'm going to say the names and who's playing who. Then I'll get your guys' opinion on those 5 games, and then we'll get to our game of the week after that. First up, we got Toilet Snake versus T-Rex Bitches. Then we got High Class Dumpster Divers versus Endzone Gods. Pineapple Express versus Big Boy Club. Barn Burners versus Concussors. And Little Melka versus Deflated Balls. Guys, what stands out to you about these week 2 matchups?
Yeah, I'm really excited for the Pineapple Express versus Big Boy game. I think if CMC plays, Pineapple probably wins. Maybe, but who knows? Big Boy Club could go 2-0 right off the bat. I know my first year I came in, I only lost 1 game my whole first season. So Big Boy Club, his team is built for it. He might go.
Yeah, I agree. Big Boy, he really showed out week 1. Obviously slapped the guy who slapped his mama and decided I didn't want to take that from no one. And he really showed up. Pineapple after the big trade, that's going to be a really exciting matchup if CMC plays, obviously. Another fun one for me is probably High Class Dumpster Divers versus Endzone Gods. That's a big one after High Class. I guess I have to apologize. I said he was probably going to be one of the worst teams, but he really outdid himself week 1. All right. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. Endzone Gods, obviously, as me and Kyle both agree, underperformed for week 1, but I feel like he's definitely going to bounce back. So this could be a really exciting matchup.
Yeah, this game could be really close, and I could see both of these teams going over 200 this week. Honestly, I think my game against Deflated Balls now with him having Trevor Lawrence, this game could be closer than it should be. I think I still win, but it could be close.
Wow, okay. You went from, oh yeah, I'm winning every game earlier to now you're like, maybe I'll win. No, stop being
Crazy what 1 week will do.
stop being humble, man. You know you're gonna kick some ass here. All right. Look, man, all right, that's gonna be a blowout, just like the unfortunately for concussors, the barn burners concussors matchup is not that great. We all know who's gonna win that one. Sorry, bud.
Barn Burners has to hope his defense actually plays defense today or this
That's
week.
true. He took nothing but the D in
And
the
his
draft.
D
I don't know what happened.
died. His D died.
They make a pill for that.
We're just flirting with demonetization. We're just flirting with it.
And then lastly, here we got you versus T-Rex. You're gonna lose, Austin.
We
You're gonna
don't need to
lose.
count this.
You're gonna
Look,
lose.
we don't hold on. We don't need to count this game, all right? I'm not keeping tabs here. We can tie, right? There's a tie option.
It's two feisty teams. You're both 0-1, looking for a win. Should be a good game, no?
T-Rex is gonna win.
And all my receivers have the Q next to them. I'm probably dead.
It's all right. You'll still have a chance. I have faith in you. Like I said, you have the buff of being on the podcast every week. So
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
but he
true.
already
It's over.
failed.
It didn't work last time.
It'll work this week. It didn't work last
Okay.
week. It'll work this week.
He already failed his one chance.
Either way,
That's true.
that gets us to our game of the week for week 2. We got Slap Yo Mama versus Diamond Dogs. Guys, what do we think of our big marquee matchup this week?
Diamond
Kyle,
Dogs
listen,
made 2 big trades. Diamond Dogs is gonna win.
What?
Diamond Dogs makes 2 big trades. Diamond Dogs gonna win.
What? Bro, no, that's wild. Are
Diamond
you kidding
Dogs
me?
gonna win. Diamond
place
Dogs gonna
The
Super
thickest
Bowl.
quarter I can find on that on Slap,
The
all right?
thickest quarter?
The
Not just
thickest
any
quarter.
It's a thick quarter, huh?
The thickest quarter is going
I'm
on
gonna
Slap.
be up
all right?
50 cent after this week.
You're gonna be down 50 cent. I don't
I'm
know
gonna
how the math works there.
That is not how math works. I'm gonna be up 50
We're
cent.
gonna break even here, all right? I just banged my mic against my desk.
All right, since you're so confident with your quarter bet over there about Mr. Slap You on Mama, let's jump right into our next segment, our interview for week 2. We have one of the managers of Diamond Dogs. We will see you on the other side.
Hello and welcome into our game of the week. This week our game is Slap Yo Mama versus Diamond Dogs. Personally, I got Diamond Dogs in this one.
You'd be wrong.
But we have Nick on. Welcome in.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
Of course. So first I have to ask, we have 2 trades from you now. One with Pineapple Express and one with Deflated Balls, my opponent this week. So thanks for giving him a viable quarterback.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm glad that. I mean, honestly, I reached out to Deflated and I was like, "Hey, you want a quarterback? Like, probably need one, or like a third pick." And he's like, maybe." So we talked about that, and that just happened. So yeah, that's all fresh. Like that happened a few hours ago.
Yep.
And the other one, Pineapple kind of approached us before the draft even started.
Oh,
And
so that
yeah,
trade's
like
been
Duncan-
in the works for a long time.
yeah, it has been. And Duncan and I kind of tabled it, and we're kind of like, nah, like we're not going to trade for someone that I probably did the worst trade in the history of our league before. So kind of don't want to give away our best player for a person that I traded away like an idiot before. So we really didn't think about it. I obviously feel Christian McCaffrey was our best player on our team. I mean, I arguably probably in fantasy football.
Yeah.
So it's kind of tough to let the best player go. Valued him a little higher than probably what Pineapple did. He valued Patrick Mahomes a little higher than what we did. We were hesitant with the trade to give away a pick. I kind of threw out Xavier Worthy just because I didn't want to give out a pick and threw that in. And to be fair, like Pineapples was real about it. He's like, I just used my first pick on him. I kind of want a first back, and I try to get it to be a second because no one wants to give away their first. You just don't.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then I was like, fine, I'll do the first, but we got to throw in Moss because I'm obviously completely light on running back now, right? So that's an area that like Duncan and I really got to focus on. But then we kind of threw in Hopkins just because we needed to drop a player anyway. So that helps him out on the receiving core for like right now, right? I mean, he does have that injury going on, but he's playing through it. So who knows the longevity on that? But I mean, I'm thankful for Pineapple for thinking outside the box and working with us. And on Tuesday we were talking, and like we talked to each other on the phone, and we're like, okay, we both want this to happen. Like, what's it going to take? So we just made it work, and that's kind of how it is.
An honest question here. You really think Patty McSlacky Mahomie Helm is going to take you guys to the promised lands here?
I think, realistically speaking, anybody talking about the promised lands with the depth of this league right now is probably not a wise choice. I just don't. We got a lot of good players in this league, right? And it's one injury away from having a bad year. Just is. So that's the realistic fact of it. I mean, yes, I think Patty Mahomes and his obnoxious wife, like they're better than what we have, and they're going to be around for like a good 7 years.
All right, and then I got one more. I got one more real question before Kyle's gonna take over here. How many points do you think Slap's gonna slap you with?
I'd say if any of us get to 220, it's going to be a good game. I do think he can get 220 this week. I think he's got some good matchups. So hats off to him. I'd love to put him 0-2. That would be great for the league itself.
Very much so.
We've been in this league, him and I, for 11 years, right? Like we've each beaten each other at good times. This one would probably sting though. I mean, you go back-to-back wins, back-to-back league champs, and go 0-2 to start the year. That'd be pretty nice. So
that'd be awesome.
I think for everybody, if we can pull this off, I think everybody will be a little bit excited. I don't think he will be, but you know, well, he likes to kind of stay at home and be a hermit, so he can kind of sulk alone with that.
I've got my quarter on you guys this week. I think you guys are gonna beat him, and I think Mahomes is definitely gonna help you as much as Austin doesn't want to admit that. All right, last question for you. Anything that you are wanting to put out into the league? Any more trade talks that you might be trying to put out there? Any feelers, anything like that, or just any messages to the league at all?
Message to the league. Obviously, just like Pineapple, like we're up for trades. I always have been. I like to pull the stat at who's actually done the most trades. I think that would be a cool thing to know. But I'm pretty sure I'd rank up there pretty darn high with everything. I remember back in the day, people used to always veto them, and it was like, hey, if it's good for both teams, like just do it. I mean, there's no right way to do things, right?
I remember the days where vetoes were happening all the time.
You remember that? It was crazy, and it's like
nobody wanted my dad and I to trade.
Well, like, I mean, let's just say it. Way back then, it was everybody but Melka. I mean, you guys just couldn't stop losing, and it was like enough already. I mean,
I remember when I joined the league, my dad's like, "Yeah, people think that I'm running two teams." I'm like, "Nope, that's definitely not happening."
Can you blame them though? Can you blame them?
No, not really.
But like, you know, hats off to him. I mean, he went through a little spell, but he's back. I mean, he's solid. So
yeah,
he's gonna be rocking with too. So
I think he's gonna be good for a handful of years coming up too.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a lot of us like that. I mean, even Toilet, like you guys are young, man. Like, if you keep on those guys and don't let them go just because you want to get Travis Kelce from me, Like
Oh, what? Excuse me?
he's out there. He's out there for you.
That's for someone
Looking
else
at
to
something.
take on. That's for someone
Yeah.
else to take on.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. I'm excited for the rest of the season. See what you do with all these new acquisitions from your trades, and you need to beat Slap this week because I'm not losing a quarter to Austin. I am going to win
You're
every
gonna lose
single
that
one of these
quarter.
bets.
You're gonna lose
I'm
that
going to win
quarter.
every single one of these bets.
No, you're not.
Thanks a lot, Nick.
Well, no problem. I hope I can help you out. It'd be great to put Slap in his place again. Wish me luck. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Good luck.
Well, I want to thank Nick for coming on and talking to the boys in our second interview of the year. I can't believe how well this is working out. I enjoy having the input from the managers every week, and hopefully we can use it to kind of stir the pot moving forward. I did hear that he's hinting at some more trades, and of course, Diamond Dogs we've already discussed had 2 big trades this week. Hopefully we get more moving forward, and I've little rumor mill, Travis Kelce out there. So please let him, hit him up with some trades, get in the Discord, start talking some crap. We would love to see it. Boys, anything stand out to you in that?
Gonna slap your mamas.
I don't understand where you're coming from. This doesn't make sense. It's clearly gonna be slapping your mama, dude.
Diamond Dog slapping your mama. I'm gonna be up 50 Cent.
You keep talking like that, slap your mama gonna come around and slap your mama, all right? And I like your mama. I don't want to say that shit.
Alrighty.
50 Cent.
Before these two guys take each other's heads off over there, let's wrap this up. Episode 3 in the books. Thank you again for sticking with us. This is totally not our second time recording this whole thing. We didn't
Absolutely
have a
not.
problem.
It was
We're
perfect.
not recording this at Thursday at 8:00 at night. It's fine. But if anything comes across scuffed, we apologize. But we're really looking forward to continue this moving forward. We're ironing out all of our processes. If you are listening and you're not in the Discord yet, please join. We're really trying to ramp that up, getting polls every week, trying to get some group banter back and forth, a little bit of trash talk. Pineapple's just waiting for somebody to trash talk to. So someone go in there and knock that guy down a couple times.
You gotta keep him occupied.
I keep looking at him and I'm just laughing because he's just kind of trying to run everything over there, and I can't do anything because I'm outside the league. But please, someone go in there and teach that guy a lesson. But guys,
He enjoys it.
Thanks for joining me for week 3, and we'll see you next week.
Later.
See ya.